Hey everyone, SweetJohnnyCage here. Welcome back to part 10 of the Dark Souls 2 version 1.0 full playthrough. Not necessarily a walkthrough. I think that's how I'm going to start each of the videos from now on. I don't know why I didn't think of that tagline a year ago, but I think it's pretty funny. So in this section of the playthrough, we're going to go through the doors of Pharos. This should be a fairly short walkthrough, although the area is a little sluggish to get through because you're submerged in water for a decent amount of it. But it's short. However, it does have one of the most frustrating boss fights in Dark Souls history. That's the Royal Rat Authority, I believe. There's two rat bosses. One of them is barely a rat. That's the one we're going to do. But an excellent weapon is also available in this area, and that is the Santier spear. And we will basically upgrade that once we get it, because it's going to be our main weapon. It's sort of like a twin blade. So, yeah, interesting weapon. Okay, show you my stats. Currently level 94. Soul memory 589,000 with 30 vigor, 28 endurance, 8 vitality, 4 attunement, 30 strength, 20 dex, 18 adaptability, 3 intelligence, 6 faith. Currently using a halberd plus 5, but again, we're going to change this out for the Santier spear more or less as soon as we get it. We're going to take off the Ring of Whisperers. We no longer need that. Put the life ring back on, and then we can get started. Let's rest at the bonfire. Travel and go to the doors of Pharos to Germ's Respite. Germ or Germ, I've never been sure. In any event, we're moving on. Man, I can't believe it's been a year since I started this. It's like, oh, it's been fresh in my mind to get back to it, but I'm glad I'm starting to. All right, so the doors of Pharos. All right, when we enter this main chamber here, you're going to notice a big old mastodon enemy, and it's going to start aggroing to you. There's NPC invasions here? I really did not know that. Wow. Okay. So, let's see if the NPC... Oh, Jesus. Oh, no. Oh, God. We're, like, stuck with it. Okay, luckily he's staying over there. So maybe we can fight on the island and not really have to worry about him. He's got double Avalons, which is absolutely terrifying. I did not know that there were NPC invasions here. I don't really remember that at all from Scholar. It's strange that there's an NPC invasion here because this NPC does not interact with the world. And that's the unique thing about the Doors of Pharos. And we'll talk about that once we're, like, ready. Alright, I guess let's go deal with Double Avalon Boy now. Yeah, okay, cool. Come on. I don't want to fight you in the water. You're not going to give me a choice, are you? At least you're weak. Weak like 7 days. No. Okay. So the Doors of Pharos are very interesting. The whole area is designed around PvP. And so what you're really supposed to do is kind of like... You want to invade... Or you want to equip the ring that you get when you join the Covenant, and then just hang out in here. And then you will basically summon people into your world rather than invade other people. And then when that happens, any booby traps that you have activated or enemies that you have like open their cages in a sense, they will attack the person invading you, and then their job is to come find you. So it's like you just create a little personal hell, and you're able to mess with people. I think it's a really cool idea. All right, so behind this door Normally, you're supposed to need 3 Pharos Lockstones to open it up. However, you really just need the 1 to gain entry. So in here, there's going to be a Mastodon enemy. So we're going to take care of him. And the reason that we're opening this door specifically is because the Santier spear is inside. So if, just say we were like playing online and, you know, somebody were to come in here. If I only had the 1, like the 1 lockstone here, this Mastodon enemy would not be able to attack the other person. I would need to open up all 3. So, you know, it sort of changes. All right, so one thing I'm going to do, just because I like the completionism aspect of it, I'm going to light a torch and then light that sconce. Light the torch. Funny thing, you know, coming from Elden Ring, I'm really glad that they finally implemented a proper lighting system that like requires a torch. There are some very, very dark places in Elden Ring, and I'm glad that they require a torch. I think it's very nice. All right. So I know I have a healthy amount of Pharos Lockstones. Nope. I guess I only have 3. I thought I had a lot more. I must have picked up all 3 of those in the previous area. So you have these rats. These guys are the absolute worst. They build petrification and bleed. And they are just the worst. So be very careful with the rats. And these guys will throw axes. The axes. So you gotta be very careful with them as well. These germ warriors. So I'm gonna light this and then take my shield back out. Twisted barricade sorcery. Yeah. I respect them for being able to do that. Like, they delay their hits. I like that a lot. I do wish more enemies did that. Dark Souls 2 has some cool ideas when it comes to enemies. No. Hello. What is happening? There you go. So some of the booby traps that you can set will, like, shoot razor blades out of walls. It's really, really gnarly. Let's light the torch again. So this guy just hit that switch, and then it caused the spikes to come out of the wall there. Not sure if we're allowed to hit it, but this also could be a booby trap. Yep. Oh! Wow. Can't believe we just lived. Yeah, so don't hug the wall. It's bad news bears. Another Pharos Lockstone. It's helpful. Germ warrior over there. These guys are statues, and they will throw axes if you activate them with their corresponding Pharos Lockstone. So yeah, these horizontal things, these are the razor throwers. Pretty cool. This whole area is designed around that stuff. Oh, come on. See ya. Okay. Alright, so this leads to the boss and a bonfire. Great. Alright, so before we fight the boss, what I'm going to do is we're gonna go deal with the Santier spear. The Santier spear is a really, really interesting weapon. So I'm just looking something up to make sure that it's not upgradable. It is upgradable to +5. Okay. It has no scaling. Oops. Okay. Okay. It has no scaling. Although, I'm not sure if that's a scholar change or not. We're going to find out, though. So, okay, Santier Spear right here. So we need 22 dex to wield it. What are we at right now? 20. All right. I think I probably have enough souls to crack open for 2 points. Dark Souls 2 respec. Soul vessel with the witches. Not the witches, but the ladies in the hut. Okay. All right. I think I need like 11k for a level. 12. So I need like probably 25,000 souls. That should be good. Perfect. All right. So, we have that. So this is the Santier Spear. You'll notice that there's like a really big rock on the end of it. And that rock makes it a spear. And it also makes it like really heavy. However, we can break the rock off and change the weapon type. So it's really like the most powerful weapon in the game because it has no scaling. Although again, let's just double check on that. Yeah, it has no scaling. So you see how beneath strength and dex it just dashes? That means that the stats, like it has stat requirements of 20 strength, 22 dex. However, it does not scale based on those stats. So you can basically respec after using this weapon to make it so you only have 20 strength and 22 dex and then just put the rest of your points somewhere else, which is what we're going to do because I didn't do that last time. This weapon is upgradable to +5. And it requires Twinkling Titanite. Just double check to see how much we need. Upgraded using Twinkling Titanite. Oh, Extra Life, man. I fucking hate this website so much. It doesn't. Alright. I'm not exactly sure how much we need. Alright. Just crack open a bunch of souls. This way we can level it fast. We don't have enough Twinkling Titanite. Twinkling Titanite DS2. I'm sure you could like buy a couple, but 3 sold by Cloan after obtaining the King's Ring. Oh my actual God. Extra Life is just the worst. Hang on. So, a lot of the information on Extra Life is updated for Scholar, as it should be. That's absolutely correct. But some of what is written, it just doesn't make any sense. Can be traded for either small, smooth, and silky stone or smooth and silky stone, but they're written differently. Do I have any smooth and silky stones? Prism stone. Okay. Oh, the way it works in this game, it's not static. So you could trade stones to the crows, but it's a chance. Alright, I'm gonna just double... I'm trying to look through the guide to see what the early version of the game had. Just trying to find the treasures section. Spells. Souls, key items. Multiplayer, souls. Spells. Spells, magic. Future Press has come such a long way in terms of like putting out a good book. They're all collector's items, but the Dark Souls 2 book is not the most organized. $3.95. I still love having them for reference, though. Oh. Enhancement items? Let's try 308. Twinkling Titanite. Okay, it doesn't tell you. God damn it. It doesn't tell you where to get them. All right. I think having it +2 is fine for now, and I'll try to do a trade. But what we're going to do is we're going to go into things betwixt, and we are going to basically attack the crows. The crows have infinite HP, and either that or they just don't take damage. However, the damage is still registering, and so that means that your weapon will actually degrade even though you're not dealing damage. Your weapon degrades even when you hit a wall. However, when that happens, there's like a long animation. And so it's quicker to just like deal damage to something to make it degrade. And so dealing damage to something that can't necessarily take damage makes it a lot faster. All right, so here we are back in things betwixt. And since we dropped this ladder a year ago, we can climb it and then go to the crow's nest. All right, let me try to drop. Yeah, I know. Try to drop the stones. Wow, it gave me a slab? That's crazy. So you'll see that the weapon is degrading because I'm technically dealing damage to something. Although it does take a while. So So I'll fast forward this part. Okay. So the spear breaks. Unfortunately, I don't think it made it any lighter, which is fine. But now we have the Santier spears. So instead of it having a spear moveset, when you two-hand it, it gets a twin blade moveset, and it's very, very fast. So it effectively goes from being like a really mediocre spear to a really good twin blade. And like I said, since it has no scaling, there's no point in having more than the required stats to use it, especially if you're going to take it with you through the end of the game, which we will. So let's visit the Crones and respec. Maybe it's this one. So the requirements are 20 and 22. What is happening?
Do you?
All right. So let's just get back to where we were here and see what we have left to spend. Okay. I'm good with that. Okay. So the other nice thing about the Santier spear is that it can now never break. So even if you're walking through a pool of acid, it will never break. So the durability meter is broken. It's completely broken, but it doesn't matter. What broke was the rock, not the spear itself. Okie doke. Cool. So now that that's done, let's go back to the doors of Pharos and try to kill the boss. So I mentioned this at the start. This is one of the worst bosses in Souls history. They basically took the Sif fight and destroyed it. So it's going to be a giant rat dog and a bunch of small rats. and you need to kill the small rats quickly. This way you can actually deal with the boss itself. Otherwise, you will get overwhelmed. Be honest with you, I'll be shocked if I get this on the first try. This may take a bunch of tries. There's really no rhyme or reason to this fight other than try to snipe the small rats with a bow and try to kill them as quickly as possible. And then after that, it's a very easy boss fight with Sif, basically. However, they took out all of the gravitas of the Sif fight for the sake of nothing. So, give it a shot. And the frame rate is just a disaster. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. So this is why it's frustrating. Is because it just sucks. Yep. I'm gonna try to heal. So it can vomit, which is like strange. That doesn't make a lot of sense. But it can do it. I recognize that I'm playing it very safe with my new Twin Blade and just using the spear moveset. It's very deliberate. It's because I don't like this fight. Holy shit. Like, figuring out when to roll against this thing is really tough. Its lunge move really does not have a tell other than, hey, I haven't done anything in a while. And so I'm going to do what the hell? And so I'm going to do this thing instead. And the camera just doesn't really play along at all. God, why does flasking take forever in this fucking game? Oh, okay. What? Yo. So, as you can tell, Santier Spear meets out dead. A lot of damage very quickly. It is extremely strong. And this is only a +2. Granted, it only goes to +5. But still, very, very strong weapon. So this is the vomit. You just want to get out. I believe it's like a corrosive acid. I believe it just degrades your weapon. However, being in the corner, just not great. Wow, I can't believe I did it on the first try. It felt like it was getting dicey, honestly. It really did. But that is the Royal Rat Authority. And then what's interesting is that after the boss fight, you can exit out the side. And then there's this rat in this hole. And this is the Covenant Master of the Rat Authority. So, upon killing the boss, you get a rat tail. And so if you want to give this rat your rat tail, you will join the Royal Rat Covenant. And again, this is the covenant that has all the PvP elements that allows you to set booby traps in the doors of Pharos as well as within the well. I forget the name of that area. We'll get to it eventually, but this is the covenant. And so now all the enemies in here, as well as in the well, or at least in the first area of the well, will be friendly to you, including all the rats, including all the traps. Like, nothing will hurt you. So it's a really, really good covenant, if only to make a couple of areas in the game easier. So yeah, so now nothing will attack you. Oh, I guess the Germ Warriors do. I don't know why I thought they were friendly. I know that the I know that the... Oh, the enemies within the doors are friendly. The regular enemies that are just standing around, they will still hurt you. All right. I have an odd feeling that this is a mimic. Yep. Yep. Aren't I smart? Not a big deal. It's funny how I remember certain things. I should have thrown a Lloyd Talisman at it. I don't know why I didn't. Not a big deal. Unfortunately, you know, I mentioned that the Pharos trap enemies will be friendly. Unfortunately, that doesn't include the boss. So even if you join the Rat Covenant within the well and then come here, you will still have to fight the boss, which is a little unfortunate, but, you know, is what it is. And we will have to fight the other rat boss in the well as well. Yeah, he sees us. I'm not going to attempt to fight the Mimic while this guy's around. What did I just hit? Did I just get blocked by his weapon? Okay. Really don't like that position. I was trying to get out of that the whole time. Okay. Cool. So that is the Doors of Pharos. Let's go and level up. The next area that we're going to do is Brightstone Cove Seldora, which is a long area with a couple bosses, including Prince and the Revolution. I am just going to check. So according to the wiki, there's one Twinkling Titanite in a chest in the Doors of Pharos. First Pharos contraption on the right after going up the ladder will unlock a path below it. So let's check here. So this Mastodon enemy should be friendly. Yeah, it's everything within the area itself. So, and you can see that the rat in the water is not moving. It's because it's friendly. All right, so let's go up the ladder. And then the first Pharos contraption. This? I don't want to waste a stone, but we'll see. Please don't be a Mimic. Thank God. Great. Okay, cool. And then where does this go? I've never opened all of the doors. Okay, drops onto the ledge. Very good. Excuse me. Let's go to the boss bonfire, and we'll be done. Actually, there's one thing that I want to check. Wow, that was a lot of damage. Holy shit, that was crazy damage. Where's this go? Up here. Okay. Because I don't want to die. I'm going to drink. That was wild. Okay. Cool. Glad we got that. We'll get some more Twinkling Titanite in the next area, and we'll definitely start to accrue it as we go on. Had I done the well first, we would have had a lot more, but that's okay. I think we have enough for +3. Yep. So probably need 10 more or 9 more to get to +5. That's okay. All right. One thing I'm going to purchase. No, I'll purchase the cat ring when it's time to go to the well. I don't want to get ahead of myself. Let's go ahead and level. And I want to focus on equip load, which I think is endurance. Vitality is equip load. Did I just cancel? What the hell happened? Wow, wow, wow. Still not high enough. Roll weights, Dark Souls 2. Rolling. Oh, Dark Souls 2 has a wiki dot? It's probably way out of date, though. Although it may be good for my purposes. Below 70 is what we want to get to. Yeah. There's really... the shield that I'm using is like one of the best shields in the game because you get it so damn early. But it is OD heavy. But it has a 100% physical block rating, which is just so reliable, you know? Oh well. A couple more points will be okay. All right, so that's going to do it for now. The next area that we're going to go to in the next part of the walkthrough is going to be Brightstone Cove Seldora. Brightstone Cove Seldora is home to a couple bosses. One is Prowling Magus and the Congregation, or as I like to refer to them, Prince and the Revolution. Very easy boss fight. It's sort of one of those fights in Dark Souls 2 where it's like, really? This is it? This is the boss fight? But the real boss fight of Brightstone Cove is the second one, which is Dukesteer Freya, which is a difficult fight if you don't manage it properly. And getting there is also quite the challenge. We will also run into Weaponsmith Ornifex, who we found during our little romp through Shaded Woods. If you got the Fang Key and open the door to Ornifex, Ornifex will then have moved to Brightstone Cove, and they will sell you boss weapons. So we'll find them as well and do a bunch of stuff. But that's it for now. All right, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. Do my best to help you out. If you're looking for more videos in the playthrough, not necessarily a walkthrough, of Dark Souls 2 version 1.0, please subscribe to the channel so you get alerted when new guides go live. If you're interested in supporting the channel monetarily, please consider becoming a channel member by clicking the blue join button below this video. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and join my Discord. The links for those are in the description below. As always, I'm SweetJohnnyCage. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.